In the last episode, we start with 3 people dreaming of freedom. But now, with many joining our side and stable base, we can begin drawing our battle lines against the Empire. The time for dreaming is over. It's time to turn those dreams into reality. Confident in our defense, I decide to test our mobile warfare doctrine using mechanized infantry. Our target, a nearby steel production facility of the White Ridge Pact. After loading supplies and our best soldier into the APC, we start the engines and head towards the mission area. Upon arrival, we disembark 3 troops and start pounding the enemy with mortar fire. Though it was not very effective. The tribesmen counter-attack, forcing our troops to dismount and engage in close combat. One of our soldiers goes down, but the tribesmen focus more on the APC than our soldiers. We use this opportunity to eliminate as many enemies as possible before they flee. Although our APC is battered, we can repair it in the field. Our manpower is too valuable to waste, so we prioritize preserving our troops. With several prisoners in the camp, we release them since our APC cannot accommodate too many people. We ensure to bury the bodies, giving them a proper resting place. After fixing the APC tracks, we grab everything and return to the base. Our engineers repair the broken armor and will soon be back in service. To become a properly mechanized army, we start building another vehicle to support our mortar APC. However, our focus is disturbed by a raid from 2 sides. Since our left side is undefended, we concentrate our force there. We easily defend it using mortar fire and a firing line. The enemy force on the right struggle against our perimeter walls and attempt to flank from the top. Realizing our walls and defense are impenetrable, they retreat from the area. But not even a day has passed when another Empire raid hit us from the top. They seems to be waiting for our force to be exhausted from the first raid. They bring heavy arms and armor, particularly several explosives which can breach the walls. We focus fire on anyone wielding 80 weapons first to neutralize the threat before they can start their attack. Despite launching a full 6 explosive mortar salvo, the Empire's armor proves superior. However, with one more salvo, neutralize the 80 threat, and the Empire soldiers start attacking after another man was down. Our defensive line and the open field help us fend off the attacking force, and without taking any casualties, we win the second battle against the Empire. Now it's time to clean up and continue building. We focus on the left side wall so no one can break in easily anymore. We replace the hexagonal mortar with dual M2 mortars. We also purchase another security turret to enhance our defense further. The recent Manhunter raid, consisting of 100 turrets, was dealt with due to our heavily fortified flanks. Clearly, our base defense were more than capable of handling such threats. With the immediate danger neutralized, it was time to turn our attention to striking back against the Empire. We utilize our intel scrapper to intercept Empire communication. This allows us to gather enough information to plan a sabotage mission against an aerodrome station. Upon arrival, they disembark and set up the spare machine gun on the ground. Unfortunately, due to poor communication, the driver positioned themselves in front of the MG's firing line, which resulted in the right armor of the APC being shredded. Despite this setback, the driver adapted quickly, running over enemy soldiers, which proven an effective combat strategy. This mission was an improvement from our last encounter, as we did not sustain any casualties. After clearing out the turret and gathering as much intel as possible, we perform battle repairs on the APC. We successfully complete the objective before any Empire reinforcement could arrive, ensuring our safe return to the base. Back at home, we made significant advancement. We successfully researched manufacturing, enabling us to build more advanced tailor and machining tables. This progress allows us to enhance our production capabilities significantly. Additionally, we received a special offer to exchange 2 anti-material sniper rifles for a turbine and turbojet engine. This exchange was highly beneficial, enabling us to build heavy vehicles that greatly enhance our combat capabilities. We delivered the ordered weapons to the Rangers and complete the quest. This provides us with the engine needed to construct our first tank. The new tank is operated by only 3 people and equipped with a main cannon and several machine guns, mark a significant upgrade in our offensive and defensive capabilities. We accepted a mission to test the combat capabilities of our new tank by attacking an Empire supply depot. Upon arrival, we found ourselves very close to the center of the depot. Surprisingly, the Empire soldier failed to hear the loud engine of our vehicle, giving us the element of surprise. The battle began with our tank showcasing its power, one-shotting any soldier it targeted with its cannon. Despite receiving significant damage, the APC managed to keep its occupants safe. After neutralizing the enemy, we cleaned up the area, buried the bodies, and repaired the APC before returning to the base. This successful mission not only proven the effectiveness of our tank, but also provide us with a valuable intel of a noble. Litios is a knight notorious for his brutal tactics against prisoners. We know that his shuttle is passing near our base soon. Using this information, we tell the other deserters to shut it down. We mobilize our force and prepare to head to the crash site to finish off Litos and weaken the Empire's hold. Arriving at the crash site, we encounter Litos and his guard, the only survivors of the downed shuttle. Using our vehicle firepower, we swiftly dealt with them and ensured they were given a dignified burial. Afterwards, we proceeded to the dead drop to retrieve the supplies and return triumphantly to our base. As we continue expanding the front line against the Empire, our supply shortages, particularly steel, have become critical. To address this, we expand our mining operation around the mountain to uncover more steel deposits. However, during this crucial moment, we were raided by Guksu using sappers. While our mortars neutralized all 3 flanking sappers, it highlighted a vulnerability in our defense against such tactics. We need to reinforce weak points with additional walls to buy more time and redirect attackers while ensuring our mortars maintain their effectiveness from a distance. Our mining team uncovered abundant steel veins during the strip mining operation, ensuring our supply needs are met for the future. Randy blessing come in form of a manhunter bears, adding our meat to our provisions for the coming days. We accidentally open up a hidden area, prompting us to quickly wall it off to prevent unexpected raids from exploiting these vulnerable flanks. In a nearby rock of component mining site present a strategic opportunity to seize valuable resource and weaken their force. Their security force proved no match for our vehicles. I found ramming them more effective than relying solely on weapons. Geneva Convention? There's no such thing in Rimworld. Ram them all, boys! The components we acquired will also be great addition for our ongoing efforts. Back at the base, construction began on our first nuclear reactor to enhance our power capabilities. It will be used for only power production, nothing else, right? I also decided to build a new vehicle for our expanding operations. I might not consider it for our base ongoing development. We discovered component mining sites belonging to independent groups vulnerable to attacks from other factions. Offering protection in exchange for components seems logical, but they unexpectedly attacked us first. In response, we were forced into an emergency takeover. We incapacitated several members to compel their surrenders. Despite their retreats, the remaining hostiles persisted in firing, where they were still valid combatants. Regrettably, we couldn't integrate them under our protection, but we did secure access to their components. Returning to base with a bounty components and mine resource, our focus turned to upgrading the BMP with a more powerful turret. Using plasteel and steel, we transformed the BMP turret into a formidable fire support turret, enhancing our IFV's capabilities. After some time, we successfully produced 9 nuclear rods for our reactor. Starting at 25% capacity, it generates a robust 60k power output. This power boost enables us to ramp up fuel production for our vehicles and explore another production possibilities with surplus energy. We invest heavily in flooring throughout the base and upgrade our security with guided missiles to counter our enemies. During a peaceful period, just when we thought nothing could go wrong, disaster struck in the form of toxic fallout. These deadly fallouts destroy our corpse and harms anyone exposed outdoors. Quickly, we initiate an early harvest for our crops and hurriedly route over walking path to protect our people. To mitigate the fallout effects on our agriculture, we construct a skylights over our farmland, sealing them with glass to allow plants to grow safely under the window. Fortunately, the toxic fallout subsided after several days, but it left us with a dangerously low food supplies and starving animals. In a desperate move, we used the last of our Intel scraper capabilities, but it exploded and destroyed both Intel and surrounding furniture. Despite the setback, we still had 8 Intel units left, which we used to plan an operation targeting Mopla. We loaded our vehicles with essential supplies and our most skilled soldier, ready to eliminate Mopla at her mansion. Despite encountering security turrets, our superior firepower quickly overwhelmed their defense. With precision, our tank breached the walls and Mopla met her end under the cannon fire. After securing the area and completing the mission, we seized valuable intel and loot resources before heading back to the base. On the journey home, we received intel about attacking a supply depot some distance away. Although the supplies were reported to be substantial, our secondary APC is ready to carry additional fuel and meals to support our main force. Upon arrival, we discovered the intel had exaggerated the defenders' numbers, as only one defender was present and swiftly dealt with by our unit. There was an unexpected event as our supply caravan was ambushed by one man.
Okay.
They regrouped and proceeded back to the base together. Meanwhile, back at the base, we complete our first helicopter equipped with the necessary weapons, a key element in executing the Blitzkrieg Doctrine. We decide to test its capabilities against Baron, aiming to eradicate her discrimination against non-baseliners. Assembling a strike team, we launch a night assault on a Baron's mansion. Swiftly arriving, we utilize rockets to disable the turrets and breach a wall into her throne room, eliminating her before her security could react. With the mission accomplished, we landed and seized as much loot as possible before moving on to our next target. With the remarkable effectiveness of helicopters in our operation, it's clear we should transition to an air-centric doctrine. We continue our campaign by attacking several more outposts, significantly reducing our visibility and eliminating the need to bury the bodies. Bolstered by our success, we target the Count Mansion next with our helicopter. Upon arrival, we disable the turrets and pinpoint the Count's location. Using fast roping, we deploy 3 soldiers near the building and subdue the Count. Our helicopter provides invaluable support as we neutralize the remaining defense and secure the area. However, using the intel extractor, the Count's head exploded afterwards. At least we acquired 3 critical intel where we pinpoint the Imperial Tech Printer Center. Removing this facility will halt environmental hazards and disrupt their ability to duplicate resources. Utilizing the helicopter's superior rockets, we easily dismantled the defense around the site, gathering valuable materials before returning. Now equipped to strike the Empire from near and far, we rely heavily on our helicopter for raids on Imperial sites and mansions, cementing our dominance in the region. After successfully eliminating the Marquess, we celebrate our winning with a lively dance party in the briefing room, a moment unforgettable for all colonists. Meanwhile, I directed our researcher to focus on advancing nuclear energy. During this time, a trading group visited our base, and recognizing their hate for the Empire, we leveraged the opportunity to strengthen our alliance by trading surplus goods. This newfound alliance promised occasional support during raids, allow us to call upon them when needed at the cost of goodwill. Our helicopter doctrine proved exceptionally effective as we continue to strike at the heart of the Empire, assassinating the Duke in his mansion with precision and skill. Each successful operation further fueled fear within the noble court, prompting them to propose betraying our fellow deserters in exchange for titles and wealth, an offer we swiftly ignored. We are not mercenaries driven by greed, but an uprising against the Empire's tyranny and deception. Death to the Empire. With renewed determination and conviction, our leader delivered a speech to all members, reminding us of our noble cause for the betterment of humanity in this unforgiving world. Immediately, 2 soldiers fight each other with motivation. Using this newfound motivation, we intensified our assault on critical imperial targets, starting with the central tech print facility and orchestrating a daring raid on the Archduke's mansion. Our refined air doctrine enabled us to execute lightning-fast operation, infiltrating and exfiltrating without alerting the Empire defenses. Amidst our ongoing conflict with the Empire, we still stand against piracy. Without hesitation, we launched a decisive attack on the farming side to assert our dominance. While their main force advanced toward our base, we seized the opportunity to raid. Securing a valuable harvest of onions to replenish our newly expanded fridge area. The pirates' attack failed against our fortified defenses and automatic turrets. Returning with our haul of onions, we waste no time utilizing them to prepare soups in our newly equipped kitchen. On the third, we press on with our campaign to eliminate Empire nobles, employing our aerial superiority to strike at their mansion with devastating precision. Although we cannot extract intel from dead bodies, our message was clear. We are not seeking peaceful resolution with the Empire. As tension escalated, the Empire's desperation grew following our successful assassination of the despot. They sent another proposition with a bigger reward for defection. We are not accepting any of those and throw the proposition into the bin.
Know your fucking place, trash!
Despite our relentless stance against the Empire, it's crucial to demonstrate to others that the deserter faction isn't driven by barbarism alone. To strengthen our alliances, we have reached out to nearby rangers with a generous gift. While they may not be direct enemies of the Empire, having allies like them will prove invaluable in the future conflicts. With our abundant resources, we have expanded our capabilities by constructing another helicopter pad and dedicating a specialized attack helicopter. Meanwhile, our ranger allies have ventured into our territory for hunting expedition, encountering challenges like an angered megaslot. Fortunately, they managed to handle the situation with skill and composure. Without any bodies to bury, the missile caused a diplomatic fallout with the Tasman's Rangers. To prevent further diplomatic mishaps, we promptly deactivate the missile system. Once they departed, we dispatched a formal apology with a newly assembled pod. Hopefully, this gesture will help repair our relationship with them. Moving forward, we resume our operation focusing on testing the capabilities of our new helicopter. Despite its limited fuel capacity, its firepower with an autocannon, anti-armor missile, and rocket launcher proved formidable. We plan to deploy this helicopter for side attacks, reserving our original helicopter for precise assassination missions. We proceed with our attack on the Stellar Mansion, aiming to eliminate this noble to advance closer to the Emperor. Unfortunately, we overlooked bringing the inter-extraction equipment, leaving us with no choice but to execute the Stellarch seated on the throne. The loud gunfire alerts a lone guard, prompting him to investigate the throne room. Swiftly, we subdue him before he can raise an alarm, capturing and bringing him aboard our helicopter for transport back to the base. During the journey, the guard provides valuable information about the High Stellarch whereabouts, prompting us to quickly assemble an attack team to neutralize him. Breaching the throne room, we eliminate the guard responsible for transmitting news of the Stellarch assassination. This time, equipped with the extractor, we gather critical intelligence about the Zeus cannon, crucial for shooting the Imperial flagship. Before we embark on Operation Desolate Moose, let's rally our colonists with one final speech to ignite their resolve for our ultimate operation against the Empire. All deserter cells has been alerted and ready to reinforce our assault on the cannon battery station. The target is located in a remote cold region, so thorough preparation is essential. We will select our finest soldier, pack ample supplies of food for sustained combat, and bring along tents and cold weather gear to endure the harsh climate. Ground vehicles are impractical due to the distance and terrain, so our best option is to deploy our long-range helicopter. We will organize into two attack teams, one traveling by deserter shuttle and the other using the helicopter. The helicopter will depart first, needing refueling stop by several Alliance bases. They will await the arrival of the ground team before commencing the coordinated attack. With the support of our deserter reinforcement, we launch our attack. The helicopter provides crucial air support, clearing a path to the central console where we fast rope 3 soldiers inside the enemy defensive perimeter. Working with other deserters, we secure control of the central console, enabling the Zeus cannon to target the Imperial flagship. Despite the formidable armor of the flagship, we patiently wait for the cannon to recharge between shots. The Empire retaliated fiercely, deploying its cannon and sunbeams. They made a daring landing inside their own defense, but they were unprepared for the firepower of our formidable machine. Overwhelmed, they were forced to retreat from the area. Meanwhile, on the ground, we continued to supply our forces with the necessary equipment and supplies to sustain their energy and combat effectiveness. The Empire relentlessly bombarded our units, requiring them to constantly maneuver to evade incoming shells. Our cannon, in return, relentlessly hammered the capital ships, inflicting damage and disrupting the Empire's operations. After what felt like an eternity, with several more salvo from the cannon, the flagship finally went down, taking the Emperor and the shattered remnants of the Empire. The explosion in the sky marked the end of their reign, and the deserters emerged victorious. At last, we have achieved true freedom, liberated from the chains that once restricted us. Our long campaign against the Empire has concluded, and now it's time for us to rebuild and heal our wounds. Yet, our challenges are not over. Despite defeating our primary foe, nature remains a formidable enemy. The bitter cold threatens our troops with illness, making proper medical attention a top priority to prevent losses. We hastily construct a makeshift camp to provide warmth and began loading essential equipment onto our helicopter. Although this base holds a wealth of resources, its harsh conditions and distance from supplies force us to abandon it. With regret, we board the helicopter, leaving behind some supplies, and bid farewell to the stronghold. Thankfully, our return journey to the base was uneventful, allowing us to focus on treating our troops' injuries from flu and hypothermia with the seriousness they required. Now that our units have returned home and the Empire no longer holds sway over this world, my role as your assistant comes to an end. This world is finally free from the Empire's grip, giving us the freedom to pursue any path we choose. As for me, it's time to embark on my journey, seeking new adventures and fulfilling another purpose. I wish you, your colonies, and your base the best. I'm Deda, and I see you next time.